Job chapter 6. Job cries for justice. Job responded and said, "If only my grief could be weighed, and my calamity placed on the scales. For it outweighs the sands of the sea. That is why my words have been rash. For the arrows of Shaddai are in me. My spirit drinks in their poison. God's terrors line up against me. Does a wild donkey bray over fresh grass, or an ox bellow over his fodder? Is something bland eaten without salt? Is there taste in the white of an egg? My soul refuses to touch them. They are like sickening food to me. Oh, that my requests would be realized, that God would grant my hope, that God would be willing to crush me, to release his hand and cut me off. Then I would still be comforted, even rejoice in spite of unrelenting pain. For I have not denied the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope? What is my end that I should endure? Is my strength the strength of a rock? Is my flesh bronze? Is there no help within me? Has not success been banished from me? A despairing person should have the kindness of his friend, even if he forsakes the fear of Shaddai. My brothers have acted deceptively as a seasonal stream, as a torrential stream that overflows when darkened by thawing ice and obscured by snow. But when they are scorched, they dry up, and in the heat they vanish from their place. Caravans turn aside from their course. They go up into the wasteland and perish. The caravans of Tema looked intently. The travelers of Sheba hoped for them. They were distressed because they had been confident. They came so far and were disappointed. Indeed, now you have become nothing. You see a terror and are afraid. Have I ever said, 'Give to me,' or 'Pay a bribe for me from your wealth'? Or save me from the enemy's hand, or redeem me from ruthless hand? Teach me and I will be silent. Explain to me how I have been wrong. Honest words are painful, but what does your arguing prove? Do you intend to correct my words and treat the words of a despairing man as wind? Would you cast lots for an orphan and barter over your friend? Now be so kind as to look at me. I will not lie to your face. Relent, do not be unjust. Reconsider, for my righteousness is in it. Is injustice on my tongue? Can my palate not discern evil? Job chapter 7, Futility of Days. Does not man have hard labor on earth? Are not his days like those of a hired laborer, like a slave longing for the shadow, or a hired man waiting for his pay? So I have inherited months of futility, and nights of distress have been appointed to me. When I lay down, I say, when will I rise? The night drags on until I toss, and I toss until the day dawns. My flesh is clothed with maggots and clods of dirt. My skin is broken and festering. My days fly faster than a weaver's shuttle, and come to an end without hope. Remember, my life is but a breath. My eyes will not see goodness again. The eye that sees me now will see me no more. Your eyes will be on me, but I will be no more. As a cloud vanishes and is gone, so one descending into Sheol does not come up. He will never return to his house. His place does not know him, so I will not keep silent. I will speak in the distress of my spirit. I will complain in bitterness of soul. Am I a sea or a monster of the deep that you have set watch over me? When I say my bed will comfort me, my couch will ease my complaint, then you frighten me with dreams and terrify me with visions, so that my soul prefers strangulation and my bones death. I despise it. I would not live forever. Leave me alone, for my days are a vapor. What is mankind that you magnify him, that you set your heart on him, that you visit him every morning, and you test him in every moment? Will you never look away from me, or let me alone until I swallow my spittle? Have I sinned? What have I done to you, O watcher of men? Why have you set me as your target? Have I become a burden to you? Why do you not pardon my transgression and take away my iniquity? For now I will lie down in the dust, and you will search for me, but I will be gone. Job chapter 8, Bildad. God restores the righteous. Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, how long will you say these things? The word of your mouth are like a mighty wind. Does God pervert justice? Does Shaddai pervert justice? If your children sinned against him, he handed them over to the rebellion. If you would seek God and plead with Shaddai, if you are pure and upright, even now he will awaken for you and restore your righteous abode. And though your beginning was small, your future will flourish. Now ask the previous generation, consider the findings of their fathers, for we were born yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Will they not teach you and tell you? Will they not bring forth words from their hearts? Can papyrus grow tall without a marsh? Can reeds flourish without water? When still in bloom and uncut, it withers more quickly than other grass. Such are the ways of all who forget God. The hope of the godless perishes. Those whose confidence is snapped off, his trust is a spider's web. He leans against his house, but it does not stand. He holds fast to it, but it does not hold up. He is a well-watered plant in the sun, spreading his shoots over his garden. He entwines his roots around a heap of stones and looks for a place between the rocks. If he is uprooted from his place, it denies him, saying, I never saw you. Such is his joyous course. And from the earth others spring up. Surely God does not spurn the blameless or strengthen the hand of evildoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shouts of joy. Those who hate you will be clothed with shame. The tent of the wicked will be no more. Job chapter 9. Job, who is righteous before God? Job responded and said, Truly I know it so, but how can one be righteous before God? If anyone wished to contend with him, he could not answer him once in 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who has resisted him and come out whole. He who moves mountains, yet they do not know it, who overthrows him in his anger, who shakes the earth from its place until its pillars tremble, who speaks to the sun so it does not rise, and seals up the stars. He alone spreads out the heavens and treads on the waves of the sea. He makes the Bear, Orion, and Pleiades, and the constellations of the south. He does great and unfathomable things, wonders beyond number. If he were to pass by me, I would not see him. Were he to move past me, I would not perceive him. If he were to snatch away, who could restrain him? Who could say to him, What are you doing? God does not restrain his anger. Under him the helpers of Rahab cower. How then can I answer him or choose my words with him? Even if I were right, I would not answer. I would implore the mercy of my judge. Even if I called and he answered me, I would not believe that he would listen to my voice. He who crushed me with a storm and multiplies my wounds for no reason, he does not allow me to catch my breath, but fills me with bitterness. If it is a question of strength, certainly he is the mighty one. If it is a matter of justice, he will summon me. Even if I were innocent, my mouth would condemn me. If I were guiltless, it will declare me perverse. I am guiltless. I have no concern for myself. I despise my life. It is all the same. Therefore I say, he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. If a scourge smites suddenly, he mocks the despair of the innocent. If the land falls into the hand of the wicked, he blindfolds the faces of its judge. If it is not he, then who is it? My days are swifter than a runner. They flee away without seeing goodness. They slip by like reed boats, like an eagle swooping down on its prey. If I say, forget my complaint, I will put off my sad face and be cheerful. I still dread all my pains, for I know you will not find me innocent. If I am condemned, why should I struggle in vain? If I wash myself with melted snow and cleanse my hands with lye, then he would plunge me into a pit, and my own clothes would detest me. For he is not a human being like I am, that I could answer him, that we could go to court together. There is no arbitrator between us. Who could lay his hand on us both? Who could remove his rod from me so that his terror would not frighten me? Then I would speak and not fear him, except it not so with me. Job chapter 10. Do not condemn me. I loathe my own life. I will give full vent to my complaint. I will speak out of the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Tell me why you contend with me. It is good for you to oppress, to despise the work of your hand. Will you smile on the plans of the wicked? Do you have the eyes of flesh? Do you see as human beings see? Are your days like those of a mortal, your years like those of a strong man, that you could seek out my iniquity and search out my sin, though you know that I am not guilty, yet there is no one to deliver from your hand? Your hands molded and fashioned me. Will you not destroy me completely? Remember, you fashioned me like clay. Will you return me to dust? Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese, clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews? You gave me life and steadfast love, and your care has preserved my spirit. Yet these things you have hid in your heart, for I know that this is with you. If I sinned, you would watch me and not acquit me of my iniquity. If I am guilty, woe to me. Even if I am innocent, I cannot lift my head. I am full of shame and conscious of my affliction. If my head is held high, you hunt me like a lion, and again work wonders against me. You renew your witnesses against me and increase your anger towards me. Change and warfare with me. Why then did you bring me out from the womb? I should have died so no one would have seen me. If only I had ever come into being or been carried from womb to a grave. Are not my days few? Then stop, leave me alone, so I might have a little joy. Before I depart and never return to the land of the darkness and the shadow of death, the land of utter darkness, like the deepest, darkest of darkness of disorder, even where the light is like darkness.